Hello and welcome to this tutorial video about how to boost or supercharge your Frameshift drive in Elite Dangerous. I'll first do a quick rundown of Frameshift drive boosting and then show you how to supercharge your Frameshift drive using neutron streams or jet cones. So FSD boosting is a fairly simple way of using minerals to increase your jump range. You can access Frameshift drive boosting from your right hand control panel, usually by pressing 4. The Frameshift drive you can then select, and synthesis for FSD injection gives you 3 options. One being basic, this gives you a 25% distance bonus, the next being standard, and the third being premium, which effectively doubles your range. This can get you out of trouble if you're stuck in a system where your standard range isn't quite enough to get you out of it. If you're out in the middle of nowhere and you've got a 50 light year jump range, if you've got the materials to do this, you can effectively turn that into 100 light years. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't actually damage your Frameshift drive. The limited amount of times I've used it, it hasn't done any damage, whereas supercharging through a neutron jet stream does. That is one of the reasons that if you're planning on going on a long trip, I would say install an automatic field maintenance unit, which is this one right here. You can also synthesize the refill on the, I suppose for lack of a better word, ammunition. Again, you've got basic, standard and premium for this. The premium gives you a double repair speed, which can be a great help if you are out in the middle of nowhere. It takes less ammunition basically to repair the drive to the same level. You will need that to repair your Frameshift drive. It's pretty much a prerequisite. Also, I would say minimum fuel scoop and a planetary hanger so that you can go down and get minerals for your maintenance unit to refill the ammunition, and that will make life a lot easier, again especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're nowhere near a station. You can just drop down to a planet, mine some minerals, and away you go. So that's Frameshift drive boosting. What I'm going to do quickly is just show you my current build that I'm using. Currently using a Diamondback Explorer, and here's the build. Now, what I usually do if I'm going on a very long trip, like over 20,000 light years, I'm currently on my way back from a 65,000 light year round trip, is use the neutron router or galaxy plotter from Spanch. I'll put a link to this in the description, as I will also put a link to my build in the description, so that you can copy it if you want or change it, mess around with it. What you can do with this is if you click, let me double check, export, you can right click and copy all this. It's pre-selected. As soon as the box opens, it's pre-selected, so you can just right click it and copy it. If you then go into Splanch, go to the galaxy plotter, you can then paste your ship build in here. That will give the route plotter your exact ship build, so it knows exactly how far you can jump, how much weight you've got, how much fuel you're going to use, etc. Select your source system, which we'll say is Sol, and destination system, let's say Beagle Point, if you do fancy going that far. That is the other side of the galaxy. Make sure you tick use Supercharge if you do want to use neutron stars. What this one will do is this will take your ship build, use all that data to also calculate how many fuel stops you need to do and when you need to do them, which does save you a lot of messing around going into the galaxy map and looking around yourself for a fuel star. It'll automatically tell you when you need to do it. So you just hit calculate. That will then takes a little while because it's got a lot of information to process. That will give you your route, and what I will do is switch back to my route. I started back here, which was just outside Sagittarius A, the centre of the galaxy, and I'm now at this station here. So I'm going to run you through basically how to do this. I've just refueled. I am going to click this little button here that copies the system name into my clipboard. I can then go back into my game, go straight to my galaxy map, select the route, paste that into there, and there we go. So select that one, let's jump to that system, and that will be a neutron system, and I'll show you about jet cones. Basically there's 3 different types that I've come across in varying difficulty. The first ones are long, narrow streams. They're quite easy to control and sort of keep control of your ship, because when you enter a jet stream, it tends to throw your ship around quite a bit, and you've got to try and keep it under control so that you don't get held in it for too long. Now, this one is, I would say, a medium one, a little bit more difficult to handle. Nice long stream, not too difficult. So I'll take my speed up to about 15 to 17 megameters a second, come in, not too steep, and then you've just got to try and fight with it to keep your ship in the line, and then you'll see Frameshift drive supercharged. So I will then go back over. I will tick that one because we know we've done it, copy the next one, and then go back into the game. And now my jump range has effectively been quadrupled. So instead of being able to do 60 light year jumps, I can do 200 and odd light year jumps. So you'll see this one here is 226 light years away. Select that one, charge up my Frameshift drive, and away we go. Now the other types of jet cones, you've got short, wide ones, which I find are quite difficult to control. I tend to take a slightly shallower entry into them so as I'm not going to get pulled into it too violently. Try to keep your speed between sort of 15 and 17 megameters a second. That does make it a bit easier to control, and then when you've got your Frameshift drive charged, you want to be looking to get out of there as quickly as possible. I sometimes throttle up a little bit depending on what type it is. This one again, reasonably long, not too difficult to do. So we'll get up to about 15 to 17 megameters a second. Go in nice and shallow. You also hear the noise in a second of the drive charging. And there we go, throttle away from it. And that's another charge done. So we'll go back into the galaxy map. Go back over, let's tick that one off. Copy the next one. And we've got another 215 light year jump. Let's charge up the drive and let's get lined up. Does help if I read that navigation window properly. And I'll show you how much damage those 2 jumps have done to my Frameshift drive as soon as I get out of the jump. I'll show you how to repair it. And as you can see, we're jumping neutron star after neutron star, so instead of doing 8 jumps to get to this point, I've only done 2. But it's knocked 2% out of my Frameshift drive, which isn't too bad. It means I can usually get away down to about 80% integrity on the Frameshift drive before I need to repair it. Otherwise, if I start going down into high to mid 70%, it starts throwing up FSD malfunctions. So I'll just click on that one. Whoops. Click on that one. Go to repair. Actually, before I do that, might help if I drop out of Frameshift. Or Supercharge even. So select the Frameshift drive. When you repair it, it would automatically shut down. So when it's finished, go back in, activate it. Once it's booted up, you can go back into Supercharge and continue on your way. This is another easy one. So we've got a nice long stream. Get up into Supercharge. It is worth noting that once your Frameshift drive is charged, you can land on a fleet carrier, and I've gone a bit too fast there because I was not concentrating. You can land on a fleet carrier and it saves your jump range, which I was quite surprised to find out. So in effect, a fleet carrier could take you anywhere in the galaxy and you've got a 200 or whatever it is jump range, which is quite interesting. I don't think it works if you shut your Frameshift drive down. I think that cancels it out, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually tried it. I may try it in future. Let's just do this third one, and that will be it, I think. What I am going to do, which I didn't mention, I'm running at the moment 2 module reinforcements, because I think that may be protecting the FSD a little bit more than if they weren't fitted. I am going to do a video in future to see if this does or doesn't make a difference. If it doesn't make any difference, then it's taking up valuable weight that if you get rid of them you can do a little bit more by way of jump range. So it's better to not have them, especially if you're running planetary vehicle hangar, because what you've got in modular reinforcements is covered by the vehicle hangar. So let's get this one done. It's a nice long easy one again. I was hoping to come across a short, more difficult one, so you can see how much it throws the ship around in comparison to the... Missed that one. We'll try that again. If you do get this where it throws you out, what you can do is just line up on it, but go back the other way. Don't go back straight into the stream you just came out of. If you go towards the other one, going out the other side, because obviously if you go straight back into that stream, it's just going to throw you around and potentially kill you. I've never had that, but apparently it does happen. So we'll try this again. I'll try and concentrate this time. There we go. So just copy this over. Hopefully this next one will be a short wide cone so that you can see a couple of different types. Then it might make life a bit easier for you when you come across one, so you know how to handle it. We're not getting lucky today. I will try one more. don't want the video being too long if I can help it. So let's hope that this is the one I'm looking for. Sometimes you'll have to slow down a bit before you actually enter the stream, because you jump in so close to these neutron stars sometimes. A little bit of a job to get out of that one, but we did okay. So hopefully this will be a short stream. Now I've said it, it's not going to be. I have 2 more jumps left before I need to refuel, so I may do those and then call an end to the video after that. It's not my day today. Again, all I'm doing here is just copy and pasting the systems from Splanch into this, selecting them, and then off we go. Does help sometimes to aim a little bit down of the star as you're going in for the stream. Just gives you that little bit more of a better entry, I find, if you don't get thrown straight out of it. A lot of the time I find you can time it so that as you're listening for that noise of the Frameshift drive supercharging, you can time it so that you're starting to pull out before it's fully charged. So it just saves you taking more damage, because obviously the longer you're in the stream, the more damage it's going to take. But we are still at 96%. I think that's 6 jumps now. Five jumps. Definitely not going to be the one for me. What I will try and do when I come across one, I'll probably launch or record a separate video and just add it to the description of this, or a link to it in the description, so that you can see. These runs are a little bit strange sometimes, because you've got to wait for this sort of spiral wave to catch you up. So there we go. I've started pulling out of that just as I was hearing it charge up. I'm starting to pull out. It is a bit of a fight sometimes. One jump left before I need to refuel. The star system I'm jumping to is a neutron star with a fuel star, which is always helpful. Well, seems like we're not going to get a short one today. So I will make this last jump and I'll call an end to the video at that, I think. Almost got pulled in there. So there we have it. That is Frameshift boosting and Frameshift supercharging from neutron stars. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Other than that, thanks for watching and have a great day.